What is good, YouTube? Chris's Kicks here, back with another sneaker review, and today we have the Nike Air Max 180 in the OG colorway. So these shoes released this past weekend, the first weekend in February, for a retail price of 105 UK pounds. Well, it was 104.95, but we'll round up. First off, getting into the box, standard red Nike box. Nothing special going on here. Standard white paper. Okay, so these shoes are the original colorway. These shoes actually released first off 27 years ago. Can you believe that? 27 years old, this silhouette. So yeah, these shoes released originally 27 years ago. This is the first color of the Air Max 180. These shoes released, these are actually something real special for me. There's so much nostalgia attached to this pair of sneakers, and I'm so happy they finally re-released them. These shoes released 27 years ago, and I was 10 years old when they released. So yeah, you can work, I'm 37. So these shoes released when I was 10 years old, and these shoes, when they released, blew my mind. And the main selling point of this shoe, and what blew my mind about it, going back that far, was the air bubble. So as you can see, there is no sole over the air unit, the air bubble of the sneaker. Obviously that's where the name comes from, 180, so you have 180 degrees of air, so a complete half circle of air exposed underneath the sneaker. And you imagine a 10-year-old kid, I believe this is the first pair of sneakers to have this exposed air unit underneath the sneaker. A 10-year-old kid seeing this, it was jaw-dropping. I couldn't believe it. It was like so mad. How can you walk on that and it doesn't burst? It's an air bubble and you're stepping on it. Like, it was just mind-blowing. But it obviously is a thicker material. But yeah, 10-year-old kid, I wanted these so bad. But being 10 years old, obviously my parents were buying my sneakers, and way back then, my mum couldn't afford Nike sneakers. I was wearing like high-techs and kangaroos and just mad stuff like that. So yeah, I never got these. And there was one kid in my whole school that got a pair, and he wore them to PE one day, and I just jaw-dropping. I just couldn't take my eyes off them. I wanted them so bad. And then 27 years later, I finally have a pair. So for me, man, these shoes are so special. There's so much sort of history and nostalgia to these sneakers. Obviously releasing like way back then, you can see they've got that classic sort of 90s or early 90s, late 80s, early 90s look to them. That definite sort of colorway, I think it's ultramarine. And was it ultramarine and solar red? This is sort of that shell suit colorway. Shout out to anyone that remembers shell suits. But yeah, I'm so glad I finally got these. Nike released, well, the rumors was these were releasing for Air Max Day 2018, but then they decided to release them early. They released two old sneakers first weekend of February. The first colorway of the Air Max 180, and I believe the first colorway, I think it was the Air Max 93. I might be wrong, but it's like a white and teal colored one, Air Max as well, but I really wasn't feeling them. I don't even remember them from growing up, but I definitely remember these. But yeah, they released two old sneakers first weekend of February. Picked these up. They sold out, I believe, on Nike now, but they're probably still sitting around in a few other retailers because there wasn't much hype around them. They're obviously very old sneaker, being 27-year-old model. I believe this is the second time they have been retroed. I think they retroed them maybe 2012 or somewhere between 2010 and 2012, around that year. They did retro them then, but I wasn't really sneaker collecting back then, so I didn't know that they'd be released. But yeah, 27 years and I finally have a pair. You don't know how happy that makes me. I think now I finally got these in hand, they might be my #1 favorite Nike sneaker of all time. It was, up until today, the Air Max 95 in the OG grey neon colorway, but I'd owned those before. But now I've got these. I think these, for just pure nostalgia reasons, these are probably my favorite Nike sneaker of all time. second to the Air Max 95 in the neon green colorway. But let's get into the sneakers. That's enough rambling about nostalgia. So you have a nubuck upper, well, nubuck trimming around the upper, and this nubuck, it has a felt feel to it. If you've ever felt the material felt, it has that very fine haired feel, and this nubuck has that. You can't see the brush on it like you would with a suede, but it does have that sort of felt-ish feel to it. You do have a white mesh panel here that you can almost see through, give you some nice ventilation, and for the rest of the paneling it is a nice white mesh. Now I don't usually like white sneakers. I think these might be the second pair of white sneakers that I own, just because white sneakers get dirty just too quick, and I ain't got time to clean my trainers all that much. So yeah, I don't really buy white sneakers, but I couldn't resist with these, the OG Air Max 180s. Yeah, moving around to the back panel, more of that felt nubuck on the heel cup and some mesh around the top part. You do have a Nike Air embroidered in that, what is it? Solar red colorway. Is it solar red? White, ultramarine, and solar red. Yeah, so solar red. It's more of a peachy orange to me. Yeah, Nike Air embroidered, and then 180. If you can see it, white on white. Maybe you're not picking up. Debossed into the back of the midsole. The medial side is exactly the same as the lateral. Moving around to the front of the sneaker, you do have just standard generic white flat laces. You know, back then, 27 years ago, we weren't really doing much with laces. And the tongue, you do have the 180 with that split colorway. Is sub-laminated the term? Maybe. And air. The tongue on these is not a booty tongue, but like it is attached to the sneaker partially. I don't know, you know, like Air Max 95s are, where they have that one sort of elasticated panel that keeps it down and centered. I really like that kind of thing when sneakers do that. It has that on there. The tongue is a bit thin, and when you put it on, it does bunch down in the toe bit area, so you do really have to pull up on the tongue to get it fully sort of unbunched. Nice blue paneling, nice blue lining on the inside, and the insole is stuck in, so I'm not taking it out, but you do have that old, let's see if we can get it in there, Nike International branding in the heel cup area, in the heel of the insole. Yeah, now blue Nike swoosh on the side, and that pretty much wraps up the sneaker. Let me know your thoughts on these, because I don't think there was any hype around these at all. Like, they're not really a popular silhouette. I just really wanted them for nostalgia. I've always wanted a pair. For like 27 years I've wanted a pair of these sneakers, but I don't think there is much hype around the 180. I have seen that they're releasing some, is it Comme des Garçons collaborations, 3 different colorways of the same silhouette, all using pink. There's like black and pink, pink and pink, and then like white and pink. So there is some more 180s planned for the rest of the year, I'm assuming. But let me know your thoughts on the silhouette. It is it looks where it came from. Like, it looks like a 90s silhouette, a 90s sort of style of sneaker, and especially obviously the OG colorway. So let me know your thoughts on the 180. Did you pick up a pair? Like I said, I think they did sell out on Nike. They released via the sneakers app, but they're probably still sitting in a few other retailers, at least in a few sizes. I thought they would sit completely and probably eventually go onto sale. But the Air Max 93 that released alongside these, there was way more hype around those. Like, and to me, I wasn't interested in them at all. But yeah, these we'll go back to the sole. So you do have that blue on the front of the sole, black main part on the traction part, Nike embossed, I think is the word for that one, where it comes out on that solar red panel. It isn't red at all. I don't know how it looks to you on camera, but it's like a very peachy pink color, and in the black part of the heel cup, completely 180 degree exposed air unit. Obviously it is thicker, if you can see, towards the edges of the air unit, so you are going to get that, not like Vapor Max thick, but it is thick enough that you're going to walk on it and it's unlikely to pop unless you step on something sharp and spiky, like a pin or a nail or something like a very, very sharp stone. Unlikely you're going to pop the air units. But yeah, that is the end of the review. Let me know your thoughts on the 180. Let me know your thoughts on the colorways. Maybe if you're not interested in this colorway, are you interested in some of the more hyped ones like the CDG ones that are coming out? Yeah, that's going to wrap up the review. If you want to see some more sneaker reviews, please subscribe to my channel. YouTube has changed their policy on monetization, so I ain't going to be getting them checks like I used to. So if you could like and share this video, I'd really appreciate it. Comment it. I'll reply to all comments on all my videos. If you want to follow me on social media, links will be in the description for Twitter and Instagram. I'm mostly active on Instagram, but it is Chris_S_Ramos. Type that in if you want, or click the link in the description. There's a few other discount codes in the description as well, so check that out. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy. Peace.